Yeah, hello. Have you noticed that the detractors of Peter Obi, in a desperate effort to malign the image of Peter Obi, are trying to integrate Peter Obi and IPOB and the Biafra struggle, thinking that if they succeed to associate Peter Obi and IPOB and the Biafra agitation, it will automatically, eliminate Peter Obi. Now, here is my perspective. First and foremost, Peter Obi is an Igbo man. There is no amount of soap that will wash that away from his person. And proudly so, he should be an Igbo man. Just as you are a proud Yoruba man, a proud Fulani man, a proud Yoruba man, a proud Hausa man, everyone has a tribal heritage that he or she should be proud of. What these detractors are trying to make in Nigeria, that just because you are an Igbo man makes it incomprehensible to assume, to aspire to become a president, is very, very wrong and should be utterly condemnable. Just imagine, the Igbos are one of the major tribes in Nigeria. If it is made possible that an Igbo man cannot be president, then what is the fate of an Ikwere man, of an Ishekiri man, of an Urobo man, of a Birom man, of an Aguta man, of a Bachema man? That means the other tribes, forget it, don't think about presidency. Presidency must rotate around Fulani Yoruba in a country of over 375 ethnic nationalities. That is totally unacceptable. Now, for those who are trying to associate Peter Obi and IPOB and the Biafra movement, let me tell you something. In as much as I don't respect the tactics of IPOB in their quests for emancipation, does not mean that what they are asking or demanding for is wrong or untrue. Let me repeat that again. In as much as I don't fancy the modus operandi of the IPOB towards asking for emancipation, does not mean that their asking for emancipation is wrong, or the reason attributed to asking for emancipation is wrong. It's absolutely correct. Now, when they said the war was over and that there was no victor, no vanquished, that was a big lie told to the Igbos. The truth is that even though the war ended by ceasing fire, the war actually continued psychologically. There is a grand design to ensure that anything Igbo should be perceived as wrong. Anything Igbo should be perceived by the rest people as a crime or a sin. That is not going to happen, because by accepting that an Igbo man should not be present is by also accepting that any other tribe that belongs close to the southeast and south cannot also be present. And that is the great reawakening that I have had that is leading me to make videos like this. That is utterly unacceptable by me. The members of IPOB, they are Igbo people. Peter Obi is an Igbo people. Asking Peter Obi to speak on Nnamdi Kanu and expect him to condemn him. I have not seen Tinubu condemn, what's this man's name, this Yoruba guy, Sunday Igbo. You see, it's really funny that in the 21st century Nigeria, we cannot talk about politics and the choice of our preferences without involving tribe. It's so bad, it's so sad. That's how low that we are. You see, growing up, I had always thought that Nigeria and Nigerians have attained some level of intelligence quotient, that our way of thinking and living is bigger and better than other tribes, otherwise perceived by me as lesser countries in Nigeria, in Africa, sorry. But how wrong was I? Deadly wrong I was. So, truth is this. Peter Obi, like I said in my previous videos, is not a political party. Peter Obi is not a regional person. Peter Obi symbolizes a reawakening, a consciousness. And those who wave waved Peter Obi aside didn't know he was going to pull the type of crowd that he pulled in the last election in 2023. And I can see that they have infiltrated Labour Party by making people rather yet unknown to become people that think that they are relevant. I will make a special video on Julius Abure. This is not a video for Julius Abure, but because I am very disappointed in Julius Abure. Somebody who was, look, anybody in Labour Party was insignificantly inconsequential until Peter Obi came to the Labour Party. Without Peter Obi, anybody in Labour Party would have remained in a forgotten doldrum that, you know, if I speak pidgin, if I speak sometimes the English, the words are too much that they forget so. Alex Oti, what's his name? Julius Abure, and a host of others became relevant because Peter Obi came to Labour Party. And I'll show you that any political party that Peter Obi goes to will still get the same reawakening, because Peter Obi is a consciousness that awoke a lot of Nigerians. So all eyes are on Peter Obi. Anybody who is trying to form an alliance with Peter Obi and your thought is to make Peter Obi vice, and you become vice, thinking that you use the Peter Obi's clout to gain your own presidential ambition, that's a lie. For me in the South and major people in the Southeast, they will not vote if Peter Obi is not represented as the flag runner. I can assure you in 2027, nobody will come out and vote if the choice is before us is maybe Tinubu and another northern and maybe Peter. Nobody will come out and vote. I for one will not come out. My brother, lie. Nobody, not lie. If it's not, because what you are indirectly telling us that if we can stop an Igbo man from becoming president, that means an Igbo man cannot be president. You're just telling us that we can stop an Igbo man. So Igbo man, that one has small figure just push us aside. So the truth is that as much as I don't like the style of IPOB, does not mean what they are doing is entirely wrong. Now here is a people you told that there is no victor, no vanquish, and they believed it, but yet you keep fighting them psychologically, ensuring that they do not attain any political relevance in Nigeria. That is unacceptable by me, because by implication you are telling me that if an Igbo man is politically insignificant, the rest of us from that region are equally politically insignificant. We will not accept that. By trying to integrate Peter Obi with IPOB, and because of that reduces his relevance in Nigerian politics, is also wrong. It's very, very wrong. Now here is a group of people who believe that their identity as Nigerians is reduced to mere follow. You just go to the market, do your business, sell your goods and services, and go back home. That to me is the greatest deception that I can ever think. But when they aspire to become politicians, if not for the coming of Obasanjo, there was a time that Igbos were not even allowed to become directors in the federal ministries. There was a time promoting an Igbo man in the Nigerian army was like a taboo. But the civil war is a thing of the past. Now is a time for national healing. Now is a time for national integration. Now is a time where I will tell our youths that Nigeria can indeed work. And to make it work, we must make everybody, irrespective of your tribe, irrespective of your region, irrespective of your religion, irrespective of your faith, irrespective of your color, height, or race, Nigeria is one and belongs to everybody equally. We must, those who indeed say that Nigeria is one, Nigeria is an indivisible sanctity, must prove that by allowing everybody to have an equal shot to Aso Rock. 2027 will determine whether Nigeria will remain one or Nigeria will remain divided. At a point in time, the Igbos were solitary. Nobody supports them. But your constant show of disrespect and malignment and conniving attitude towards suppressing the Igbos politically has endeared them to some of us who are Southerners, who are Urobos, to say, hey, if you can treat the Igbos like this, that means you can also treat us like that. I can see some of the northern politicians luring and wooing Goodluck Jonathan to come into power. The same Jonathan that you put in a mock coffin, displaying that he is unalived, and took his coffin to round the streets of Bauchi in mocking him and protesting him. Suddenly you want to like him back. That's not true. You cannot use us as Southerners as a tool to ensure that you suppress the Igbos. Whenever you want to suppress Igbo, you create a friendship in the Yorubas, or you create a friendship with the Urobos, or you create a friendship with those that are neighboring the Igbos. That has to stop. I also want to use this opportunity to tell members of IPOB that, look, sometimes you think you understand the problem of Nigeria more than us. You don't. That's not true. We understand the problem of Nigeria, but sometimes patience and great tact requires or produces better approach to solving a solution. I also preached the importance of alliances. You must form alliances with the minorities in that group. And in forming alliances, you must not come as people with a superior knowledge, or as people with a superior aura, or as people, we should not come with a senior brother mentality. Because no wafi guy go grease Igbo man senior him, or you better pass him. My brother, lie. If you refuse to come as equals with us, you not go walk. I can tell you 100% that I'm speaking the mind of every person from Ikwere land, every person from Rivers, every person from Warri, every person from Sapele. If you decide to come with open hands and the mentality of equality, don't come and tell us that Androban is an Igbo man, Shekiri man is an Igbo man. I am not an Igbo man. I am an Urobo man, proudly Urobo man. I will be an Urobo man for hundreds of years to come. And my children will be an Urobo man for many, many years to come. My generation yet unborn would be an Urobo man. Do not suppress my identity because you want to introduce a somewhat like superior identity to me. That's not going to pass. That is the biggest crime that IPOB did. That is the biggest flaw that led IPOB to lose a lot of crowd. By describing, you go about searching for who is Igbo, who is Igbo, who is Igbo. Everybody can embrace the identity, but we can work together. We must not embrace the identity of Igbos for us to work together to fight a common enemy. By asking me to change my identity, to embrace your own identity, it's the same thing as those who have been, it's the same thing, it's just like the same thing like the Fulanis who deceived the Hausas with religion to enable them to embrace the identity of the Fulanis through Islam. It's the same thing everywhere. So you must be prepared to come to us as equally. That your population, your tribal population is small, does not give you a right to feel superior to people you call minority. It's no way. There is an urgent need for a psychological marriage, for us to agree that we have a common enemy. And to fight this common enemy, we must work together. We must work together. If we can't work together, then this enemy, imagine a situation whereby we feed the entire nation. All these oil price, independent marketers, fuel, this thing, crude oil, comes from us. When I mean us, I mean south, and south. It comes from us. Yet, at the end of the day, we are given the short end of the stick, which we fight and scramble for, like chickens that breadcrumbs are thrown at. Now we suppose that they throw crumbs to their aboki, but our aboki they throw crumbs to us. Why? Because we refuse to work as one. Even as I speak, somebody will watch this video and say, "Oh boy, go efu slave." I am not a slave, but I cannot run from one slave master and embrace another slave master. When you're already, we've not even had the Biafra, you're already changing my identity. That's the biggest crime that no minority in that region will agree. You be Igbo and I be Urobo. What is wrong in that? How difficult is that? That is the greatest crime that IPOB committed by trying to change the identity of the minorities of that area. That in itself calls for, it's a red flag that should make everybody become weary of an invitation to join your Biafra. That is why you see me on my page. I hardly support that concept, because it is already flawed from beginning. If you cannot be Igbo and I be Urobo, and the Ikwere man be Ikwere, even if he's answering Okechukwu and he says he's not an Igbo man, respect his identity. Even if he's saying, even if he's answering Emeka and he said I'm not an Igbo man, respect his identity. That is what he chooses to be identified. Respect it. Otherwise, you are no different from a racist or the friends who who use the concept of assimilation. Once you agree to be French, they assimilate you to become part of them. I must not be an Igbo man to become a Biafran supporter. I must not be an Igbo man to join Biafra. The same you say. Anyway, this video is not about IPOB and Biafra. It's about those trying to link Peter Obi and IPOB, and if that is possible because he's a member. No. Peter Obi is an Igbo man. We must respect him as an identity, and proudly so he should be proud to be an Igbo man. IPOB, most of them are Igbo, respect them. That they are fighting to be recognized or to be emancipated for a contraption that says that you cannot be president or you cannot have political relevance. It's a just fight, and they should not be crucified because they fought for it. The system can immediately label IPOB as terrorists, but weary to label Boko Haram and herdsmen as terrorists. It's double standard, or what I will again call selective amnesia. Nigeria cannot move forward when we select our truth and we select our lies, because truth will always remain truth, a lie will always remain a lie. So we cannot interchange both, because as we keep adopting lies as truth, Nigeria keeps crumbling. I don't say anything about Igbos because I expect any favors from them. I don't say anything bad about the Fulanis because I hate Fulanis. I say the things I say because indeed we need a truth. Only truth can produce good constitution. Only truth can produce good laws. Only truth can produce good electoral system. Without truth, we cannot get anything right. And that is because we have leaders who believe that there is a constant need for tribal war. What we have is tribal war. The Fulanis are trying to gain what they can from Nigeria. The Yorubas are trying to gain what when a Yoruba man becomes president, he says, it's an opportunity to make Yorubas rich. When a Fulani becomes president, hey, it's an opportunity to make Fulanis rich. Except Goodluck Jonathan, who didn't think that way. Or Obasanjo, who didn't think that way. Let me tell you, anybody who is expecting Tinubu to do good or Tinubu to change this economy, your case of delusionment is so deep that the best psychiatric doctors cannot cure you. You should go and look for a native doctor in Amadioha Shrine to cure you, because Tinubu has nothing to offer this country. Trust me, it's going to be absurdly. They say what like absurdly. It's going to be absurd, and it's going to be worse than it is always. This fuel you are seeing is going to go as high because the people in question don't think about you. You crying that you think Tinubu bothered you are suffering. He doesn't know you are suffering, and he doesn't care. Even if he knows, he doesn't care. These people don't even care because they don't go to the same market. Their wife don't go to the same market. Today I enter supermarket, they buy something. I just buy one bag of semo. How much buy the semo? 15,215 naira. I can't carry cart. Put the semo inside the cart. I they roll and make me feel like say I be big boy, you know. For instance, market, I feel like I the big boy. I don't want to come out quick. Just they roll around. They look the shelf. If I see this one shelf, even if I buy the semo, I first lay hand on the price. That the price go change. Since Christianity don't turn of us, lay hand on the price. Maleke Sandara Boshaka Sinda. I command you 15,000. Go back to 7,000. When I command my hand, since they show me 15,000. Now I say this one Nigeria really problem hard. Even Kabashi no go repair them. Anyway, that's trying to be jocular by the way. So the truth is this. We must say the truth. Only the truth will give us good government. Only the truth will give us good INEC. Only the truth will give us good judiciary. Only the truth will give us good legislators. We are so bad because lying is becoming norm. And the reason why I supported Peter Obi, because among everybody, that's only where I can locate truth. And truth will set Nigeria free. My name is Magnus Soraka. Please, you are watching me but you are not following me. Follow this page and remember to pay your tithe in the comment section. Thank you very much.